and the song, the Ramit song, and
I wonder if Mel was in the Ramit video.
it's a good question. Joining us right now is former Ram, I guess you're always a Michigan Wolverine, the Golden Bachelor, Mel Owens. Mel, thank you very much for coming on. How are you, man?
Good. Hey, where'd you get that old hit, Ramit?
Ramit, yeah. No, Mel, were you in it? Are you in that video? There's a bunch of Rams in that video. Were you one of them?
Okay, a little backstory to this. I actually got the album cover, and I did have the album, but there's a reason I didn't do it.
Which is
why you're asking me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Yeah, because
I didn't do it. They asked, who wanted to do it. I go, I know it might be good for posterity, but not good for me. For posterity.
I don't blame you. Yeah. My buddy Jim.
Yeah, exactly.
My buddy Jim Hill's brother David is in that video. David Hill.
I played with David. Jimmy Collins is in that one. David Hill, Eric Dickerson, Nolan Cromwell, Eric Eckern.
Yeah, a bunch of people.
Johnny Johnson, Ron Brown.
Yeah, a bunch of them. So, Mel, here
OGs. Those are OGs.
Yeah. Well, we were huge Ram fans in the 80s.
Oh,
so
my God, we
obviously
love the Rams.
we saw those teams play, and you were on them. Mel, my first question for you is, when your old teammates, other football players, found out you were going to be the Golden Bachelor, were they supportive, or like in a lot of locker rooms, were they giving you a hard time?
To a person, to a man, to a player, they were all supportive. All of them, every single one of them. They're very supportive, and they told me just go for it. They love it.
So how did this happen? How did you wind up the Golden Bachelor? Do you apply? Is there like an application, all that kind of stuff? How's it work?
I heard Michael Thompson's on the show.
He's
today.
right here.
He's right here. Mel, say hi.
Okay.
Hey, Mel.
All right. So where did your son go to high school?
Santa Margarita Catholic High.
Okay, that's where my boys went.
Cool.
One's still there.
Let's see.
One boy is still there, Santa Margarita Catholic. So I was the assistant coach in the last couple of years, and the announcer on the football team texted me and goes, "Hey, someone from casting wants you to call them." And long story short, I called, and it was from The Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor, and one thing led to another. But that's how I got it. So Paul Shepard is the announcer. He was actually the receiver for John Elway in high school at
Granite Hills. Sure.
So Paul Shepard's the guy who got it all started for me, who's the announcer at Santa Margarita Catholic High School football.
All right.
Now, Mel, for people who don't know, Mel was married for over 20 years, a successful marriage, had 2 sons. And Mel, you got divorced a few years ago. If I would have told you that when you got divorced, that in 5 years you were going to be on the Golden Bachelor, would you have thought I was nuts?
Yeah, I would think you were nuts. I had no idea.
So you do it, and now they've filmed it, but it debuts tonight. It comes out tonight. How would you describe the overall experience? Positive? If would you recommend it? Like if Michael was single, would you recommend to other people your age to do it, or what was your experience like?
If they asked me to do it 100 times, I would do it 100 times.
Whoa! Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
It was that good.
Oh, that's very cool.
Hey, Mel, when you were meeting the ladies for the first time, you're obviously not going to say or reveal anything, but did 1 or 2 or 3 of them have one of those like love at first sight reactions from you?
I don't know if it's love at first sight, but they definitely have some chemistry at first sight. So they're all beautiful, right? Yeah. And each one that comes out of the limousine, it's just better and better. So it was extremely extraordinary experience standing there and watching him come up one at a time. It was just a great thing. It really was.
So what's the story? There was a little bit of controversy where you said, I'm not dating anybody over the age of 60 or something like that. What was that about?
Well, I was on a podcast from one of the former Michigan football players, and he played in the NFL, John Jensen. And I was on his podcast, and they asked my preferences. And wasn't really that familiar with the show, but, I gave him my preferences. And, I apologize to all the women. It was a bit insensitive and, unkind. And I apologized. But all the women that were on the show were just fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
And beautiful and accomplished. And it was a very good experience.
Mel, did you meet, you being a former athlete and a highly accomplished one, did you meet any of the ladies you meet were not a sports fan, had no idea about sports or any sport at all?
They were all familiar with sports, and they knew a little bit about me. Obviously, they knew that I was casted before them, and they knew that. But I didn't know that if any of them did not know about me. Some did and some didn't, to some degree. And I don't know to what degree they knew beforehand. I didn't know that.
Mel Owens, who is the Golden Bachelor. It debuts tonight on ABC. He's a 66-year-old former NFL player, played for the Rams from 1981 to 1989, and he's the star of the show starting tonight. Mel, all of us have a type, and I would think you went into that with certain characteristics in mind. Did any of the women surprise you? Like, did maybe you never thought you would go for a girl like that, but for whatever reason, you found yourself attracted to him. Were you surprised at all?
They were all fantastic. They were in their own right, and they're all accomplished and beautiful women. So I would encourage you to watch it, and you're going to see what I saw. And they didn't surprise me because they're all great, and I knew they were when they walked out. And you start talking to them, and you just find out how brilliant they are and accomplished, and they're just stunning in their blowaway. So I would encourage to watch it because you're going to see some extraordinary women. You really are.
We're talking to Mel Owens, the Golden Bachelor. Mel, if I was the Bachelor, and I'm 62, so I would have to be the Golden Bachelor like you are. The thing that I would be uncomfortable with, and you've said it, that several of these women, if not all of them, were excellent. You enjoyed dealing with all of them. I would feel bad about cutting people, like cutting them loose. Was that difficult for you?
It is, because even the first night when you really don't know them that well, because you meet them for the first time, you have a conversation with them, and you got to make a gut decision based on spontaneity and chemistry. And the first ones that are let go, you just hope you don't let the wrong ones go. And as it goes through the show, it gets more difficult because you know them a lot better as it goes. So it doesn't get any better as the show progresses, and it's just a difficult process. It really is, and that's probably one of the things that I didn't like that much about the show, but we had to let them go. Because you become actually friends with them at some point.
Sure. You were at the Rams opener this year. I saw you. I think you did the Who's House, Rams House thing, and did an interview on the field. What do you think of this Rams team?
Well, they're surprising. I didn't think they would, get out of the chute that quick. But they probably should have won last week too, other than the blocked field goal. But
sure.
The defense is playing well. I mean, and that's what you have to have if you're going to make the playoffs. So far, so good. If the quarterback situation holds up, I think they're a good shot.
Yeah.
All right, Mel, last thing for me, I mentioned earlier that you were married and you have two boys, right? You have two sons?
Correct.
What did they think of all this? Were they like, oh, come on, Dad, you're going on TV to meet women? Or were they like, go for it, Dad, we want to meet these women too, blah, blah, blah. How did your family, your sons, feel about you being the Golden Bachelor?
Well, this is a different era with these kids, and they rarely watch TV. They watch everything on their phone.
Right.
So they weren't really familiar with the Bachelor franchise. Even though I watched, Grant's season the last season with my younger one. So when I told them, explained a little bit about the show, they were all for it, and they encouraged me to do it. So with their blessing, I went forward.
Last thing for you, and this just between us. I mean, this is it's ESPN.
Is this the wink thing?
This is the wink thing,
right?
So did anybody? Any woman walk out of the limo and you thought to yourself right away, No, not at all. Did anybody get that reaction in your head?
I'm going to tell you this. You watch the show, and you watch him come out of there, and you tell me if videos are no. It's impossible. They're all great. And that was the problem.
Right. Yeah.
They're so good. You're going to be blown away. Just watch the show.
Can't wait to watch it.
We can't to see it, man.
Mel, thank you for doing this, man. I know you've got a crazy day with the premiere tonight, and we appreciate you making time for us. Good luck.
Anytime, guys. Thank you.
All right, see you.
So that's already done.